Hey guys, I just want to show you like the absolute pains of what I do. Look at the absolute like mess. Where do I put everything? Do I even use this stuff each from day to day? Yes, 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 yes. Where do I put that? I don't have any room in the back. There it is. Last couple hunts with the Deus, I put everything into a bucket and deal with it later. We'll do, and I'll show you the van, how it's converted now versus what I'm about to do. One of my favorite YouTubers, he just reconverted his truck, and I think I'm going to convert the van to something very similar, so I can start doing, you know, catch, cook, and eat kind of deal. Alright guys, super windy today. I can probably, you know, mostly block the wind if I have my back to the wind. Was just accused of not teaching anything, so I've just been trying to have fun at what I do for a living. I'm blessed to be able to do what I do for a living, and what I thought was kind of teaching as I go. I just speak out loud. I don't have any instructional videos yet. I'm blessed to have Marty V, Dwayne, a couple other people that have donated, Travis in Hawaii, Josh Henderson out in California, the Beach Assassins, what up Josh, and you know, Josh Dent here. You know, there's a bunch of people that really helped me through the stupid people, the stupid comments that I don't teach. So let me give you an example. This is one of the beaches that I know very well. Okay, that down there is Reddington Beach. This is Indian Shores, and then Indian Rocks Beach is up there. So when I first walk into a beach, guys, what do you see? You see people scattered. Wait a minute, the wind has been blowing for 2 days, and why would the wind or the sand have this shape to it? Do you know, or do you want me to teach you? Well, the wind blew off all the light sand, and look, this was probably buried. The person didn't know where their slipper was, and then the last day exposed stuff. So you'll be walking along metal detecting, and you'll see a quarter laying on the surface or the edge of a ring when you go over it. It's because all the soft sand's pretty much gone, and it's not that this isn't soft, because it's still soft, it's just a little harder than the stuff that's blown off, right? So that right there is a sign that there's less white sand, and it's probably pretty good that you could come up here and hunt in the white sand. After the summer, you can hunt anywhere in the white sand, and you could find stuff up there. I found an 18-karat gold ring right up there. And I talk about the nefarious spots, that there are 2-3 bars literally within 200 yards of this place. And the drunkards come over here and do their nefarious stuff up here on the beach, right? So you can find stuff. But I promise you, Joe and Mike and Fred all have detectors, and they live right there, and there, and then this is their beach, and they come and metal detect this quite frequently. So you can metal detect this pretty much any time of night, so this is a great night hunting spot. Another tip, another clue, right? The Deus, this is the best machine I've ever had. There's so many features and functions and functionalities of where you can change something if you don't like it. Response, audio response, sensitivity. There's just so many things that I like about this. Real quick, guys, let's do this again. And I had given these settings, and people always ask, hey, what are your settings, what are your settings, what are your settings? And they just are not comfortable with themselves. I heard somebody say something about tones. You like the tones. It was the gentleman I met the other day. And the tones are everything. If you're not comfortable with a tone that your machine's making, something will be agitating. I use, for example, Park 1 instead of Park 2 with the Equinox. I can't stand the sounds of the Park 2. And functionality, it's just going to be slightly different in whatever park that you're using or whatever feature you're using, right? Park 1, Park 2, they're going to be like this far apart. Same with Beach Sensitive, and Beach P on this machine. They're all going to be within just a couple inches. Now here, 18-karat earring back. This is the smallest piece of jewelry that you can find, that you will be able to find on a beach. I'm going to drop it right there. You can see where it dropped, right?
there. Let's see. Like, look, I have to almost, it's a 31, 33. I literally have to touch it on it. I'm touching it. Right? So, this is beach. That's beach. Beach P. And then my personal settings. So, 11.2, that's beach. Beach picks it up an inch and a half. Beach P. Like 3 inches. That's crazy. So that's Beach P. And the sensitivity, let's go through some of this. Discrimination 6, I have been running down a lot lower than that, guys. Sensitivity, let's turn it all the way up. Didn't really affect it too much. Between 95 and 99 doesn't affect it that much. Oops. Back into the menu. Back down. Sensitivity, let's turn that back down to 95. Salt sensitivity, higher you go, more sound and more sensitive it is altogether. In salt water, you're going to want to go like all the way down to 1 once you're in salt water. But they say before you mess with this, you should mess with the sensitivity itself, right? So technically they should start everything at max, and then you should work your maxes down. I hit something, hang on. Reactivity is the recovery speed on the Equinox. So 1.5 is where that comes in factory, and then it goes all the way up to 5, which is faster. And then we'll go all the way down to 0. And the sound is just like dig, 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 dig. And then listen to the sound when I turn it all the way back up real quick. That's how fast it is. It's so fast. And you're losing about 2 inches from 0 to 5 on your reactivity with small gold. So you should probably turn that way down. You know, leave it at the 1.5 that they leave it at the 1.5 or 2 that they're suggesting. Let's go back. Audio response. They say this doesn't affect depth, but it affects how you hear deep objects. So technically it affects depth. 7's all the way up. Let's go all the way down with it. Like you can't hear it. It's like it's so quiet. But this audio response really picks up the EMI. So this is one of the things that you need to turn down when you've got a lot of EMI in the area. So audio response, you want it as high as you can go without all the chatter. Discrimination, I've been running at 0, guys. If you want to know, I'm full open. I run it right at 0. And then just look at the numbers and you can pretty much tell what the target is through the numbers. Sensitivity, that's where I leave it. Salt sense, leave it at 6 because we're at the beach. And then when you get down, if it's cranky in the water, you turn that down a little more, but that's it. Frequency shift, you should do that. And I run my iron volume all the way up on purpose so you can hear whether it's got that crusty sound in there or not. That's it, guys, pretty much. Options, my audio I'm running out. Settings, that's it. Program, clock, I hadn't obviously set my clock. Oops. And then ground balance, I don't ground balance. I haven't ground balanced yet. I really haven't. I truly haven't ground balanced. And let's ground balance here. You just press and hold that center button. 87, it's not moving. So for me, I hadn't had a problem. Like the machine seems to ground balance itself when I come out. I don't know if it's got some sort of auto ground balance. I'll learn that more. Maybe you guys can comment below, but that's just a quick tutorial at what I use. Again, you know, we just found out what's the most sensitive. I absolutely would have had the camera on if I had thought that this was anything but junk, but this is the greatest example of this Deus. Yeah, you're gonna find a lot of this, and the sound it makes when it goes across foil versus, you know, something better is just an amazing difference. So very cool. This is my first target. I should have probably recorded it, but I just was wandering. Actually, it's my second. I dug a piece of rust over there. I don't even know what the rust was, but that's very cool. Switch these tones back. Oops. Well, that is square tones. It's something about the sound. '91. Oh my God. So there's a penny laying out. So you remember what I just told you about change getting exposed? This is actually the hard level. Listen. So it's compact. So you only got, you know, 8 inches because 3 of the powder is gone. But let's take this penny. I couldn't even move. Penny, and then I've got, pretty sure it's a dime in there. Dime. And if I was to be on a beach that I was trying to be polite about, I'd have to turn off the low tones because there's like tent stakes everywhere. These machines are 04. There's just like sounds everywhere. That's a penny. We'll just leave it. We're not bothered with pennies. But look, bottle cap. '64, really janky. Really janky. It's gonna be a bottle cap. There it is. Yeah, you should really start hearing, even with this weird tone that I don't really like. You hear the brakes. Alright, with my back to the wind, I'm going to try to do this as best I can. So I'm in the water. Listen. Hear all that falsing? You obviously don't want all that falsing if you're looking for a chain or you're looking for smaller jewelry. Robert likes to turn his machine up and deal with the squawks because he said when you get to a target, you clearly know it's a target. That's why he hasn't found a lot of gold chains, guys. Gold chains, you got to have your machine running absolutely quiet. What am I doing? Menu. Salt sensitivity. Go all the way down. Now listen, not a sound. I feel that you're going to lose depth with this particular function. So there's the compromise. You're going to want to get more depth all the way to 9. Listen to how quacky it is. So higher is no bueno. Lower is good. So listen. A little bit of chatter. Very little. And they said before you mess with the salt sensitivity, you need to turn down the yeah, that thing here. So let's turn the salt sense back up to about 7. Go reactivity, same thing. You go slower, it's deeper. What I did find with the Equinox is the higher the reactivity, the faster the falsing. So if you're getting a faster falsing sound and it doesn't linger as long, maybe you can deal with the sounds a little bit better. I'm going to leave that there. Audio response, again, to hear deeper targets, I like leaving that up. Discrimination 0, sensitivity maybe you could turn down to 90. Still a little iffy. I'm not sure if you can ground balance in the water or not. I just ground balanced up on the sand, so so what I'm gonna do is turn that back up to 95. We're gonna go to salt sensitivity. We're gonna turn that down to 4. Now we're gonna go back. Still squawky. Menu. Audio response down 1. Sensitivity back down to 90 in the water, and see what we've got. Nice. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. Let's give that a try. Hey guys, I went through 7 out of the 50 clips and I'm already at 15 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's just leave this video as the Deus settings video, and let's leave it at that. That way you'll be able to go back into the video and re-listen to it a bunch of times. I did find gold today. Good thing, because I don't think I was going to be able to eat. You know, like if I keep doing this and not finding anything, I probably won't be able to eat, right? That's what the guy just commented. So looks like he might have accepted my challenge. I think $500 will be a good challenge for a Beach Sing. Maybe I make up a trophy, and the winner of the challenge gets the trophy and then has to re-challenge somebody else. But either way, this is the end of this video. I'll do all the clips and put it into a video for tomorrow. This will be like part 1. You guys can see the gold that I found. I found a really pretty necklace, ring. I found Jesus today as well. So come back for tomorrow. Watch this through again. Share it. Share it with your people that have the Deus, because the Deus is the best beach hunting machine that I've ever had in my hands, and I've had pretty much a lot of machines in my hand. I still haven't, you know, dove. I haven't got under the water and used it underwater. It's a little squawky in the water, so you really got to set that down. And then once you get the settings to where it's stable, I'm not so sure if it can beat the X-Cal in the water. So we'll have to, you know, get Calabash to try that. Maybe he'll get his buddy to go underwater with him with the Excalibur. Another thing that I had to throw into this video, because I couldn't comment on Calabash's video, is the guy's using a 13-inch what looked like a Nell coil. The standard 11-inch coil is deeper than that Nell coil. I know, I've seen the results. I know guys that can get their 11-inch coil to run as deep as any of the aftermarket coils. Maybe some of the big coils might go deeper, but there's so many things that you've got to do to tweak your machine to get those coils to run good. The MindLab, or any company for that matter, when they build a machine, they build it specific for that coil. I know that they sell aftermarket coils, but when they set up a machine, they set it up for that coil. The other coils will run a little different. 6-inch coil on the Equinox and the 15-inch coil on the Equinox runs a different number, a different VDI when you go over them. So it's not made, they set it up specifically for that 11-inch coil. Same with this Deus. Well, not like the Deus is going to be able to switch out the coils, but you know what I mean. Love you guys. Come back for tomorrow's video and see some gold.